Dr. Kaku, you talk a lot about physicists and how physicists are solving the problems in the future. I'm an engineer, and I kind of think that we might be a little bit cooler than physicists. If you're at a balance, who's the coolest, an engineer or a physicist?
Well, it's like arguing who is cooler, my left hand or my right hand, right? You have to have both, and they work in synchronization. However, there are some real whoppers in history. We invented the transistor, but we didn't do anything with the transistor. It was left to the engineers who then ran with it to revolutionize modern civilization. The laser was invented by physicists, but again, it was the engineers who then would commercialize it and change the fabric of our life with it. And if you go back, all the inventions of the 20th century, the fantastic inventions, were done by physicists. Take a look at medicine. MRI machines originally came as NMR machines, nuclear magnetic resonance. Two physicists got the Nobel Prize, in fact, for inventing nuclear magnetic resonance machines, which eventually morphed into MRI machines. Or go back even further. Radio, television, nuclear medicine, X-rays, all of that originally came from physics. And to go back even farther, the DNA molecule was sequenced by a physicist, Francis Crick, working with James Watson. So you realize that physicists make the initial breakthrough, but then we stop. We lose interest in it. We don't want to commercialize it. We don't want to change all of society. We lose interest and we go on to the next frontier. So that's where we physicists and engineers have to work hand in hand, because ultimately it has a huge impact on wealth, on jobs, our well-being, and the fabric of society itself.
So my name is Todd Sear. We are here at the USA Science and Engineering Festival, and I'm sitting down with Elon Musk to talk about science, engineering, and the generations to come. Now, Elon, you're classically trained as an engineer.
As a physicist.
Is physicist. Okay, here's the question then. What's better, a scientist or an engineer? Who wins?
Engineer.
Every time?
Well, I wouldn't say every time. And a lot of people that sort of are known for their scientific discoveries are actually really great engineers, like Galileo, for example.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Or Faraday, or really Maxwell, or anyone. I mean, I think it is an interesting debate as to sort of, does engineering drive discoveries in physics, or does physics just drive discoveries in engineering? I think actually it's mostly engineering, and I think, for example, in recent years, if you look at how much physics has slowed down because of the lack of really engineering in the form of a collider. So everybody's just sitting around waiting for a bloody collider. So I'd say if physics was really driving things, why aren't the advancements being made? And I think it's clearly the engineering of the collider is what drives the advancement.